However, the Japanese cry during baseball game when their side loses the game, and also cry when their side wins the game because they are moved. And even if the drama is so interesting, they cry. Hello everyone, this is KAHEVA, all knowledge of the world, head, heart, and soul. I'm in the American village of Okinawa, Japan right now. Okinawa is a tragic battlefield between the United States and Japan, where 200,000 people were killed. After the Pacific War, it was ruled by the US military for 20 years, and in 1972, Okinawa was returned to Japan. However, even now, Okinawa Island still has the largest number of US military bases, but now, Okinawa is one of the most famous tourist attractions. Today, I will tell you the mysterious characteristics of Japanese through the Okinawa American Village. American Village in Okinawa was a US military base. Again, it is the only place in Japan where fierce battles have been fought with the US military. But today, Japan and the US military coexist peacefully without wanting each other, don't they? It's because of the mysterious characteristic of the Japanese. Japan launched a surprise bombing on Hawaii, the United States, and fought the fiercest battle here in Okinawa. And at last, Japan surrendered. When Japan surrendered to the US military, at that time, there were 2.25 million army soldiers and 1.25 millions of navy soldiers in the mainland Japan. And there were about 5,000 aircrafts. After Japan's surrendering, the US army will enter the mainland Japan, and then Japan can again fight a hidden war. However, 3 million Japanese soldiers laid down their weapons at the single word surrender by the Japanese king. The Japanese, who fought so hard just until yesterday, suddenly become a lamb and follow the guidance of the US military in a very orderly manner. The US military was shocked. They even suspected that it was a false surrender. Japan, which surrendered after losing the war, did not attack the US military in any way. Even after surrendering, there will be some independence movement hiding and attacking the occupiers. However, Japan has not shown such a thing at all. Japan considers surrender as a disgrace on the battlefield. Japan fought for their life against the US military. Japan has even publicly declared that 100 million people will fight for their lives if the US troops land in mainland Japan. However, when the Japanese king ordered a single word disarmament to give up the weapons and stop resistance, the Japanese army literally disbanded. This inexplicable Japanese mystery is explained as following. The king of Japan is not just the king, it's God. God has told them to put down the weapon. However, the Japanese militarists had attacked China, Russia, and the United States since they were asked to do so in the name of God for the king of Japan. The Japanese were like this: we have lost the war. Let's simply obey the US Army. Look at the picture here. The West signs a signature, but the East stamps a seal. In Korea, everyone stamps the seal correctly. But in Japan, only the CEO stamps the seal at 90 degrees straight. People with lower positions, such as the vice president, stamps in the form of bowing towards the president's seal. Korea also stresses obedience to its leaders, but Japan is more obedient to its leader. In the island nation Japan, the dynasty has never changed. There has never been a dynasty cycle. Korea has gone through many dynasty changes, and like France, Korea completely wiped out the former dynasty. Japan, Korea, and China consider obeying the leader as a virtue. This is a culture for peace. You shouldn't start eating food until the highest person picks up their spoon. Japanese people do not cry aloud even if their families die of unfortunate traffic accidents. In the past, in Japan, samurais stabbed ordinary people to test whether the sword is sharp enough. At this time, crying was considered a rebellion, so they did not cry. Japan valued order for peace as much as life, and dying on the battlefield was also regarded as an honor, so they didn't cry. However, the Japanese cry during baseball game when their side loses the game and also cry when their side wins the game because they are moved. And even if the drama is so interesting, they cry. And Japanese cry when a politician does something very wrong. But Korea, if you don't cry out loud, you'll be treated as a weirdo and not even be counted as a family member. When a family member dies, Koreans cry out loud as an expression of how much they loved the deceased person. In Korea, the expression of love is tears. So there's a joke that when a husband dies, a young wife will openly cry out loud and go to the sink or bathroom and laugh quietly. And those who gave Zelensky weapons and told him to fight Russia, I hope they reflect on themselves. KAHEVA analyzes the war between Ukraine and Russia, that it has a character of rebellion. Europe and the US Democrats who gave the naive Zelensky weapons to go to war should reflect. What is left? It's not peace, it's destruction. This is KAHEVA. See you in the next video. God bless you.